all this ever in your mind?
Not at all. Not at all. You know, it's a dream come true. It's a blessing, you know, just to have went through Christ the King at that, out of all the high schools in New York, and then to have made it through UConn. I think it's been an amazing ride.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. You know, when I saw you, you know, there was another player, Karim Gay, there.
Yeah.
And she was ahead of me. And I didn't know if you were there for her. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know if I was even noticed by anybody, you know. And then when I found out, it was just amazing.
Well, I was there to see you, but I wanted you to think I was there to see Karim Gay.
Yeah,
so that's kind of how it went.
And that's exactly how it went.
Wanted to get on your nerves a little bit, get under your skin a little bit.
That's exactly how it went through my mind. I remember my mom and I, we had moved from Astoria, Queens, and we went to Jamaica, Queens, but we still were going to the old house to get mail. And I remember saying, like, you know, I'm receiving all these mails from all these other schools, but not UConn. And when I received it, it was like Christmas. I just knew, like, you know, all right, I'm going to do it. I knew that was it.
Well, that's interesting because a lot of kids, when they're in high school, they love the attention. They love the whole recruiting process. And it's very rarely that someone at a young age knows exactly what they want to do. What was it about your goals that you had that led you to make that decision at such a young age?
Well, when I was in high school, I grew up watching Sue Bird and Diana and Swin and Asia on ESPN. So just seeing the fan base there, just seeing how you were able to tap into each one of them individually and how they were able to play, and you could just tell it was a chemistry amongst them. It was something that every team didn't have. You know, once they threw that first punch at any team you guys were playing, it was like that was it. But they kept putting the pedal to the metal. And I would always wonder, like, what was that they had in them for them to keep wanting to do that. And when I went on my first visit and just a family atmosphere, I think that was really what it was. Because I always knew I wanted to play sports, but it had to be a team sport because I'm an only child. So I knew I wanted that camaraderie and just having individuals around me to just grow and mature. And that was it. It was great.
So when you got to college, though, all that stuff that you thought about, wow, you know.
It was like the music just stopped.
Now all of a sudden you get there and reality has to mesh with your fantasy world. And what happened?
Exactly. I didn't know what hard work was. I did not know. But I remember, you know, verbatim what you said to me. You know, the only way you're going to play is if you work hard. And, you know, every other school were just saying, you know, you're the #1 player coming out of the country of high school. You're guaranteed to start and all this. And I just knew what it took for me to get there to be #1 in high school. I had to work hard. I had to stay after practices in high school, work on little skills things. And I knew you could take that out of me. I didn't know how. I didn't know when it was going to happen, when I got that aha factor. But I knew it was possible.
Well, I think knowing it's possible and making it happen are two different things. And those first couple years that you were at UConn, wanting it to happen and then actually seeing it happen, there was a process that you had to go through. And how much of a struggle was that where I kept threatening to send you home and firing Chris Daly because she was coaching you lousy. What happened to get you over the hump?
It took a lot of me having confidence in myself, trusting you and CD, what you guys expected of me and what was possible for me. I won't forget the USF game I had, and it was my freshman year, and I probably had like 34 points and maybe
16, 17 rebounds.
Yeah. And, you know, the next day in the office, you called me in, and you said, do you know why that happened?
That's right.
And I said, I don't know. I just had one of those games. And you said, until you know why that happened, you'll be a great player. And I was so puzzled by it because I was just like, okay. But, you know, it took me competing at a high level in practice. It took me taking every possession in practice serious, you know, how I asserted myself. It took a lot. It took a lot of me waking up at 8 a.m. if I had class at 9 a.m., just doing more than the usual. And it definitely paid off.